Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Nsra Sunday Select at Pocono here in our super late model 80 laps of racing here at the Tricky Triangle here in Pocono, Pennsylvania. The 2.5 mile oval. Right now we're in qualifying here. They have 5 minutes to set a fast time and get a good pit stall. Chris Whitaker out there right now. We follow him. This is a little bit of a one-off race. Get a little bit away from the super speedways here on the Sunday Select series, where we typically are super speedway series. A little fun track and a fun car. These super lates are a lot of fun to wheel around this track. So right now, just qualifying. I'm gonna throw up the tower. You can see their times as they cross the start-finish line, and I'll cycle through some drivers. Chris Whitaker, like I said, now 41, sitting 4th in points right now. There's our points leader, the 21, Daniel Holloway, out there putting a time down in the Hershey Kiss mobile. Dana Osborne in the 88, Good Wrench Service Plus. Dana 9th in points right now, has a win this season. Looking to get a second. See time starting to populate on the board. Whitaker right now 56.57, our fast time. JD Crow into 51, just finishing up 56.61. There's Paul Servant in the 3 car. Usually a Team Oreo, but tonight sporting a Good Wrench Service Plus, matching his teammate, the 88. Paul right now sitting 8th in points. Needs to get a victory this season. This would be a good shot. Small field. Good fun run. The Tricky Triangle here in Pennsylvania. There's the Reese's Pieces. Oh no, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Number 4, Chris Akers out there, putting a lap down. 3-time winner this season. Right now sitting 5th in points. Had a tough start to the season, but has gotten stronger as the season's gone on. Won those 3 races, so. Oh, and that's not going to help his qualifying effort at all. Chris Akers will just have no time, it looks like. There's a 35, Isaac Wilson. The wrecking ball, as I call him. Out there in turn 2, the tunnel turn. Putting down a lap here at Pocono. Osborne puts down a 56.89. Good for 4th fastest right now. Qualifying not required here in NSRA for these races. Some guys are probably just going to rest for these 5 minutes and get ready for the race. 80 laps here at the 2.5 mile triangle track. Track they're not used to running usually. Back to Isaac Wilson. He's the only 2 cars on the track right now. There we are, we're done. Straight to the grid up. Your pole setter for tonight, Paul Servant in the 3 car. Again, Paul wants a win. You're not going to get full points for this race, but you do get some bonus points for winning this race. So that's what Paul's looking for. Outside Paul, Chris Whitaker in that 41. In row 2, you have JD Crow in the 51, and outside JD is Dana Osborne in that 88. Inside row 3, Daniel Holloway in the 21. Outside Daniel, Chris Akers into 4. In row 4, Sean Stevens and Les Levy in the 62. In row 5, Donald Bennett in the 30. Isaac Wilson in the 35. And the last row, row 6, Dan Harrington in the 82. Todd Poston in the 31 in his Sailor Moon mobile. So 12 cars here today. Maybe Russ McCarron also logged in. We'll see if he gets into the race or not. We have 12 or 13 drivers tonight here for this race. 80 laps here, Pocono. 1 fast repair. Usually 2 fast repairs on the super speedways. We drop them down to 1 here when we do these smaller tracks, non-super speedway. We'll see how they do. Seems like coming out of turn 1 has been an issue. Going up towards the wall. The tunnel turn, turn 2. It's a fast turn, so they have to be careful there. And then off turn 3 to the long front stretch here at Pocono. Could give you some challenges in 1. Getting ready to go racing. They're pulling off right now. Here at Pocono, you have pace speed is 75, so it takes a little while to get around this track. Pit speed is 55. As we get ready to go green here, going into turn 2, we're getting closer. Going to turn 3 here. Pace car will drop off, and then we'll get ready to go green. Start is on the flagman here at Pocono. Everyone's getting all situated here. 80 laps here in the super lates here. Nsra Sunday Select on Victory Lane Broadcasting. Green flag is out. Here we go. Paul Servant and Chris Whitaker down the front stretch side by side. Dana Osborne giving that 41 a nice shove. Looks like Sean Stevens has pulled off a little bit, kind of get to the back of the field. Whitaker on that high side. Can he make it stick? That's the thing. So far, so good for that 41. The 3 car right there with him. Looks like Chris Whitaker is going to lead him into the tunnel turn here in 2. He certainly does. Gets clear as the 88. Dana a little high there in turn 2. Able to collect it though nicely. JD Crow coming up now on Paul Servant in a 3 car. A little bit below the yellow line, which here it's not so bad. Super speedways would really ruin your day. Chris Whitaker leads lap number 1. Down to turn 1, there he goes, single file. There's Donald Bennett in the 30. He's raced here a lot. And there's Todd Poston in that 31, that Sailor Moon mobile. Back in the back, you got Sean Stevens, Dan Harrington, right there in the 82. Les Levy bringing up the rear of the field. Paul Servant able to get around Chris Whitaker there as we go down into turn number 3. Chris closes the gap a little bit. We go down the front stretch here to complete lap number 2. Looks like Chris is looking down to the inside into turn number 1. Makes the pass. It's all about give and take. It's early in this race. No need to press the issue. These guys only have a couple sets of tires, so they have to preserve tires. That's going to be vitally important. And the tunnel turn they go, high speed turn. Todd Poston gets a little sideways, able to collect it though. It's all about throttle control here at Pocono. Dana Osborne and fighting in with his teammate there for 4th position, Chris Akers. Chris would like nothing more than to win race number 4 tonight. There goes Chris Whitaker down into turn 1, still leading. Got about a couple car length lead. You got Donald Bennett, Isaac Wilson. Isaac Wilson, Todd Poston. There's Daniel Holloway right there. Some good racing right there between Todd and Isaac for that 7th position. Also a good race right there. Chris Whitaker gets a little bit high. He's going to let a couple lose ground to the 88 and almost let the 21 go by him. Oh, there's an accident behind. Like the 31 and the 35 may have gotten together. So we're under caution here. Todd Poston right behind him. He's going to see him go into 3. We'll see what happens. Todd's looking inside. Give him a little bit of shove. Almost a little bit of net code, but a little bit of shove. Donald Bennett right there, 2 to get collected. Okay, Donald might be all right. Todd's got a little right front damage. Isaac probably got the worst out of everybody there with that front end. Just that little bit of shove here from the 31. Isaac just a little high. Todd, he was looking low. He's on the gas a little bit more than that 35. Yeah, the 30 car Donald Bennett should be good. No real damage there. Chris Whitaker decided to use pit auxiliary lane there. Gonna come in for some gas. I would hope not tires. We shall see. It's a little early for tires, especially with the limit on them. Chris and Paul with those first 2 pit stalls. There you go. Yeah, just fuel only for these guys. Good that they all heard that there's only a couple sets of tires. Looks like Les Levy decided to stay out. A little pit strategy now. Lap 6 here at Pocono Victory Lane Broadcasting Network, bringing you the NSRA Sunday Select and the Super Late Modifies at Pocono. Under our first caution here, contact between the 31, the 35, and the 30. Ricky Bobby, Les Levy, you're a leader right now. Did not come into the pits to get more fuel. Decided to stay out. Les will be the first to tell you these are not his favorite tracks. He likes the super speedways. Not a big fan of these other tracks that we try to run just to break up the monotony of constant super speedway races here in the NSRA. So we'll see what staying out does. He'll be at the front of the field. Looks like Paul Servant will be to his outside. JD Crow will be right behind him. Getting ready to go green this time by on lap 8. Les Levy will take him to green here as we get ready to go back racing. Pace car about to exit here off of turn number 3. And we'll go back racing here. NSRA Sunday Select. Missing a couple of our top points guys. DJ Mitzel not here tonight. He's on vacation. There's Les Levy down low. He's going to let everyone pass him. Well, maybe not. That was a weird start there. Les dropping all the way down, letting everyone go by him. Just wanted to lead a lap, it seems. All into the lead. Dan Harrington up there, kind of high, wants to come down a little bit. He's able to collect it. JD Crow now giving chase. That 3 car, Paul Servant. Paul needs a win. He needs momentum as we get closer and closer to the chase, which is only a couple races ahead, a couple races away. We go 3 wide in a tunnel turn there. A 41, the 88. And a 30. Settle back down to 2 wide action. Paul Servant leads them into turn 3. JD Crow giving chase about 3 or 4 car lengths back. Gotta wonder if maybe this caution flag maybe ease these guys up a little bit, but they're beating and banging teammates. The 4 car and the 88 car all over each other. Off of turn 3. Dana falls back a little bit, but now here comes Holloway. Another teammate up there to challenge the 4 car for 6th position. He's going to be able to take it probably on that low side. Ooh, and the 30 and the 41 come together. 30 is slow. They're going to go 4 wide down the backstretch. The 30 car with some issues now, some power it looks like. He gets his feet back under him. Back over to Paul Servant. And that 3 car still leading. Here comes Todd Poston. He's into the wall. That's going to hurt his efforts as he falls back now of the 51. Chris Whitaker able to get ahead of Todd Poston right there to the inside. Todd's got some right side damage now after that contact. Should be all right. Just needs to collect himself and get back to going. Chris Akers challenging the 35. We're going to go 3 wide down the front stretch. Super wide front stretch. We'll see who backs off here. It looks like Holloway's got the clear outside. Chris Akers slows down, thinks better of it. as they go into one. And these guys have got to remember, they are limited on tires, so burning your tires up racing like this so early in the race might not be the best course of action. We'll see. JD Crowe now coming up for Paul Servant's leader position. He'll lead some laps at 51. Been strong tonight so far, only 10 laps in, but he's been up front. Paul able to get a car length and a half between him and Mr. Crowe. But here comes that 41, Chris Whitaker. He led the first few laps before the caution came out, and he's coming. Down to turn one, Paul takes it. Down the backstretch they go, down towards turn number 2. Field is kind of stretching out, these top 3. Great battle for the lead here between the 3, Paul Servant, the 51 of JD Crowe, and the 41 of Chris Whitaker. We'll see if they kind of stay in a row. I guess not. Here goes JD Crowe. He wants that lead. Paul's going to give it. Paul said, hey, I got to save my tires. I'm cool with being right here next to you. But here comes Chris Whitaker on the inside. Just that little break of momentum that Paul did there with his gas to give JD the move. Chris was able to take advantage of it, and he should be able to get in front of Paul going towards 1. There's Paul giving us. It's all give and take right now. As long as you can see him in front, you'll be all right. Got a long race, still have over 65 laps to go. As here comes Todd Poston up to Paul Servant's bumper. They're all pretty close still. You see in the track map there, all within the same stretch of real estate here on the track. 12 laps in here at Pocono Speedway in Pennsylvania. JD Crowe right now pulling out to about a 6-car length lead over the 41. About 0.3 of a second. Although Chris is gaining ever so slightly as he catches that draft down the straightaway. Paul Servant about a half second behind Chris. And that 3-car, and then Todd Poston right there. Back here you have Daniel Holloway and his teammate, the 88, Dana Osborne, nose to tail. Don't really think they're battling for position. I think they're, yeah, well, there goes Dana. He just washes up high. I think these guys are content to drive for now and just let's get a pit stop under their belt and go from there. Back up here with JD Crowe. Stretch his lead out over the 41. They're off at turn 1 through the tunnel turn. Like we had some problems back there. Chris Akers had an incident and we're under yellow flag again. It's like Chris Akers may have hit the wall. We'll take a look at that here in a second. Just gonna watch it here. Got a nice lead, got a nice follow in the third. Oh, the 88 gets into the wall, gets into the 30, the 4 reacts. And that causes all kinds of problems. Yeah, the 88 just can't, just sliding right into the wall, hits the wall, right sides go up. 30 has nowhere to go, gets into him. Chris decides to do the same thing the 88 does. He wants to do the same thing his teammate does. And he smacks into the wall and smacks onside the inside wall. It's got some damage. We'll see if he can get that thing fixed. Get back to racing. Before the race, Chris told me he couldn't wait to be interviewed for the win again. He'll need to clean up that race, and if he wants to come back up here for a win, may have to use one of his only fast repair. We'll see. Lap 15, these guys will come in for service. Still don't want to change your tires, I don't think. Tires should be all right. So far, only one car out of the race. Looks like the 62. And Les Levy is out of the race so far tonight. Can't take these kids anywhere. They'll go everywhere, even the auxiliary road. Don't have to use it, but sure is fun, I suppose. And here they come down pit road. Everyone's coming down pit road. Pace car's lonely guy right now, as here they come. We'll see who comes off the pits first. Here comes JD Crow. He's going to be first off. Paul Servant. Whitaker is going to beat Servant. Then you have Holloway, Todd Poston, Isaac Wilson, Dan Harrington. Then you have the 30 of Donald Bennett. Looks like the 88 still getting repaired. Akers still getting repaired. Sean Stevens still getting repaired. He must have some damage. Those guys will take their time. You see those two cars, the 4 and the 88. They're beating out his fenders. He's got plenty of time. You see the leaders are just now through turn 2. Akers got us fixed as much as he could do. And the 88 is going to go out too. Aerodynamics are big here, but you can survive a while bit in this race with a banged up car here in these super late modifieds. JD Crow right now, the 51's your leader. He had pulled out to a nice lead over the 41. We'll see what he can do on this restart. Not this time by, but next time by probably. Gonna take that inside. That's the lane you want to choose for right now. Whitaker's going to go outside of him. You have Todd Poston will be pushing that 51, and Isaac Wilson will be pushing that 41. And then Harrington. Everyone else went back down to pick up a little bit more fuel. Just in case we go green for a while. Maybe they'll get an extra lap out there. Shall see. I was telling you there's a couple guys missing tonight. DJ Mitzel, second in points with 3 wins. He's not here tonight. He's in Arizona golfing. Must be nice. Got Mark Mann, who's 6th in points with a victory. He's not here tonight. The rest of the top 12 is there. 13th place. He's 2 points out of the top 12. Isaac Wilson. He's here tonight. He wants to collect some points. Get into that chase. He's got next week at iRacing Super Speedway. Then we set the points for the playoffs. Posey, Adam Evans also within striking range somewhat to the championship. We'll see. Pace car about to come off. JD Crow leads him. We're under green. Great start by Chris Whitaker. Wow, what a start he got. Everyone got gas except the 31. 31 did get tires, and he's going to smoke the 35, who looks like he may have saved it. He slowed down. He did save it, but then the 31 connects to the 88. Everyone's safe. And Chris Whitaker and JD Crow are gone. These guys have taken off. Got about a 1.5 seconds lead on third place, Dan Harrington. Here on lap number 18. Todd used up, got his new tires and was trying to make some headway. 35 slowed up a little bit too much, and he got into the rear of him. Isaac with some great driving there and was able to save it. So the wrecking ball came through, straightened that baby out, and still going straight. These cars are pretty durable. You see Donald Bennett underneath Dan Harrington for third place. Todd Poston trying to make it work next. Back up front, Chris Whitaker still leading JD Crow. They have a 2.5 second lead on Donald Bennett in third. JD Crow looking right behind the 41. Let's see what he does here. Chris leaves a little bit of a gap on the inside. Closes it kind of coming out of 3. Down the front stretch they go. JD might have a little bit more speed here. Let's see what he can do. Under yellow, looks like the 88 spun her out. Oh, 88 in the wall there. Trying to keep her steady here out of 3. It's 3 wide right there. And there's nowhere for the 82 to go. So the 88 gets into the wall. Lap 21, we're under caution here. Although maybe not. Here, they had to catch the pace car. Pace car up here outside of turn 1. Fourth caution of the evening. Chris Whitaker leads JD Crow. Looks like they're going to come in and get some gas. I think JD's going to stay out. Mr. Whitaker's coming in for gas. JD wants that inside line going into 1. on that restart. Some of these guys getting tires. Sean Stevens in the 27 getting tires. Looks like Dane Osborne in the 88. He's got damage to repair. Looks like Todd Poston's going to be in second. Todd, see what happens there. Should be going green, not this time at the start finish line, but next time. So on to lap 24, we'll be under green. A lot of cars going back down. Oop, Paul thought about it, decided to stay out. Holloway, Stevens, Isaac Wilson, Chris Akers, they all went into pits to top off. So green this time by looks like JD Crow on the inside. Todd Poston outside of him. Inside row 2, you got Chris Whitaker, Dan Harrington outside row 2. Inside row 3, it looks like it's going to be Paul Servant. And then Daniel Holloway will be outside of him. And you have Dana Osborne and Chris Akers. Those guys are in love with the walls tonight. They keep kissing them every time they go around them. And Isaac Wilson, Sean Stevens. Those are your 10 that are still out there. A couple cars off the track so far and done for the night. Looks like the 30 car is done for the night and the 62. So Donald Bennett and Les Levy done. Pace car diving off, and we're about ready to go ready to go green. Green flag's out. Lap 24. JD Crow with a great push from the 41. Todd Poston staying there with him. Last time JD and Chris were able to drive away from the field. I think the 31 will stick with him this time. Paul Servant staying there too. Down towards turn 2 they come. JD Crow's going to have that lead. Whitaker, Poston, and Servant right there. Dan Harrington not too far behind. So Harrington washes up high. Looks like Akers and maybe Holloway looking to go inside, take advantage of that. Todd Poston looking a little inside of the 41. Chris was a little high there, but not able to make that. Here comes Chris on the inside of JD towards turn number 1. Should be able to make that move here. That's your preferred passer right there here at Pocono. Paul's able to get by Todd, I think, here on the inside as well. Todd's staying strong with them, but I think ultimately Paul's going to get this one. Paul diving down into turn 2. Todd staying up there, has good momentum off of 2. He's going to stave off that challenge there from Paul and keep that 3rd position. Chris Whitaker, though, stays out front. JD got off the gas a little bit there. Todd really closed up fast on him. Todd got a little squirrely there. That might help the 3 car. Here he comes down the front stretch. Todd got a little loose there, had to get off the gas, it looked like, and that just gave all the advantage to the 3 car as he tries to go inside and complete the pass this time. Wasn't able to do it last time. We'll see what happens. Here comes his teammate, the 4, going to give him a push probably a little bit. Chris Akers kind of playing it both ways. He's going to stay up there with Poston. As Servant's able to get out in front of the 31. 31 takes evasive action, and that's going to cost him another position, maybe 2. Isaac Wilson looking now to the inside of that 31. A little further out there. See Todd Poston keeping the 35 behind him. And here comes Daniel Holloway on the inside of that 35. Down towards turn 1, JD Crow looking to the inside of the 41. Not going to be able to make it work. Akers looking inside his teammate, that 3 car. It's time to start saving tires. Whitaker driving away from JD now. Get clean sailing, man. You could drive away from this field if you keep it clean. Isaac's almost into the wall, but able to save it. Paul Servant now all over the 51. And these guys are working on old tires. They just got to control everything with the throttle. Isaac and Holloway almost into the wall there. Right now, Chris Whitaker showing them the way. Paul Servant falling a little bit back, and here comes JD Crow right back behind the bumper of the 41. Todd Poston back there working on Holloway and Akers for 5th position. Going to the outside of Akers right now. You see that 31, the Sailor Moon mobile, setting sail past the 4. He's got some right front damage, but he's making it work right now. Back up front, that 41 continues to lead here tonight. And here comes the man. The 35 is on his way to the front. Isaac Wilson is getting there. He's getting in the groove. He's up to 4th position. I'm off of turn number 1. Lap 29. Still have 50 laps remaining. JD looking inside, setting up his tunnel turn. Everyone's going to take a different line there. Whatever they feel most comfortable, and as their tires wear down, they'll take different lines. We go into turn 3. Chris hitting that apex and coming off, gently using the throttle. Ooh, and Isaac into the wall a little bit, slows everyone down that outside line. So Chris and JD should be able to take off a little bit, get a little bit of a gap there. Holloway going to the inside of the 35. Looks like Paul Servant's trying to go with him. Todd Poston back there too. He had to slow down, got into the yellow. Daniel Holloway now looking inside the 35. He's got help from his teammate Daniel's going to stay inside, set up his angle in turn 2. Plenty of race left. Isaac really good there going into the yellow line in turn 2. Able to put a little gap there on the 21 and make up room on the 51 there. Looks like the 21's a little faster in turn 3 than he is. Which is very important to be fast in 3 because this straightaway is super long. Got into 1 they go. Still Chris Whitaker, J.D. Crow, second place. Third place, Isaac Wilson. And then you got Daniel Holloway and Paul Servant. That's your top 5. Let's watch Isaac here in turn 2, see if he does the same turn, goes below the yellow line. Really make up some time, but this time, there he goes. See him go drop down there, lets the car wash up towards the wall, keeps his speed. Look how much he just makes up all that gap on the 51. If he's able to find a rhythm in turn 3 and turn 1, he'll be tough to handle here. Although that maneuver in turn 2 may not work once his tires are wore out. Close there on the 51. Has to back off just a little bit. These top 8, Sean Stevens is back there in 8th. All within a second and a half. Here comes Paul Servant to the inside of Daniel Holloway. Isaac Wilson back under the yellow. And up, so able to keep it off the wall. And he's just tremendous ground made up there on J.D. Crow. Just can't complete the pass into turn 3. It's a hard place to pass here at Pocono. It's a flat corner, so not a lot of banking there at all for you to rely on to stick the corner. Go down to turn number 1. Chris Whitaker takes him down. He's down towards the yellow line. Top 3 are right by each other. This is the key right here. We'll see turn 2 and see what the 35 is able to do. He's looking inside of the 51. 51's going to give it to him. He's got to dive it down in there. Right behind Chris Whitaker in that 41. Here comes Isaac Wilson in that 35. This is where he's a little slower than everyone else in turn 3. Down the front stretch they go. Whitaker able to pull a little bit ahead, 2/10 up. J.D. Crow right behind him. They go into turn number 1. J.D.'s going to look down to the inside. Can't make it stick though. Here's where all the action is going to be right here into turn number 2. Will the 35 try to pass the 41? Going below the yellow like he's done the last few laps. JD looks low. The 35 goes low. Can he keep it off the 41? He can. Great driving there by those two guys. Side by side. Can't make the pass stick quite yet. Had to get off the gas to go side by side. Down to 3 goes. Whitaker with a little bit of advantage there. So here we go. We get towards turn 2 with these two. J.D. Crow's falling a little bit back, 7/10 back. Looks like Daniel Holloway and Paul Servant going to take it 3 wide. J.D. stays up top. Paul low. Whoa, we got 4 wide right now. Oh, so close between the 21 and the 4. Go back into turn 2 now. Todd Poston making a move. Let's see what the 35 Isaac Wilson's doing on the race leader. Ooh, this time he's going to stay a little higher. Stay right behind the 41. Switching it up a little bit. Looking for that edge going to turn 3. It's just not a clean place, place to pass. He won't make it work there. Back here, these guys are racing like crazy. The 4, the 3, the 21, the 31. JD Crow's into the pits. Lap 36 into the pits. Daniel Holloway pushing the 4, trying to get around the 4. Teammates 3, 4, 21. Here comes Todd Poston and Sailor Moon challenging Daniel Holloway and trying to take that 5th position. I go into turn 2. This is where the money shot is for Isaac. See what he can do. He's a little bit of a gap there between him and Chris as he dives down low. I think his tires are wearing. He's not getting that same push he was getting earlier. Down off of turn 3, Whitaker's got a nice lead. 4/10. JD Crow out of the pits. We'll see where he's at on the track. He's right in front of these guys, but he's got new tires, so he should be faster, and they shouldn't catch him. Dana Osborne in the pits. These guys have calmed down, spread out a little bit. Everyone's chasing that 41 now. We'll see if we have any more takers on the pits here coming up. Here comes Chris Whitaker, Isaac Wilson into the pits. Should you get slowed down to 55? And your leader, though, now is that 3-car, Paul Servant. Desperately wants a win, Paul does. He hasn't won it all this year. Uncommon for him here in the NSRA Sunday Select Series. He needs a victory. Get rolling into these playoffs. There's Chris Akers, pardon me, in the 4-car. He has some damage on that right side. Decided not to take a fast repair. But his car is super fast and is able to keep it out front. Chris Whitaker out of the pits now. 14-second pit stop. He changed tires here. We'll see what happens with the 3, the 4, and the 31. Are they coming in? They are coming in. Holloway deciding to stay out in the 21. Looks like Isaac Wilson may have gotten a penalty, speeding penalty. He is just sitting on pit road right now. Holloway's your only car out there. It was the lead car. The 35 finally out of pit road after serving his speeding penalty. I would imagine the 21's going to come in this time by. The race now is between JD Crow, Todd Poston, and Chris Whitaker. Here comes Daniel Holloway into the pits. And there's your race leader now after they cycle around. Will probably be the 41. He's now sitting in second, since Holloway was in the pits and the leader. It's like everyone got tires that time around. Here comes Todd Poston, making some ground up there in turn number 3. They're going to pass Holloway right here. Holloway's still in the pits. And he's finally leaving the pits right now. So they have got a little bit of a gap on him. Halfway, lap 40 right now. Your leader, the 41, Chris Whitaker. Todd Poston in second. Paul Servant in third. Chris Akers in fourth. Daniel Holloway 2.3 seconds back in fifth. It's the NSRA Sunday Select Special Race here at Pocono in the Super Late Modifieds. You're listening on and watching on Victory Lane Broadcasting. Chris washes up a little high. We'll see if the 31 can take advantage of that or not. Dana Osborne in front of him. He's a lap down. Well, actually, he's still on the lead lap, looks like. Todd Poston giving chase to the 41. Paul Servant, Chris Akers. So you have two turn 3 guys at the front, the 41 and the 31. And you got Candy Shack Motorsports right there in third and fourth. And their numbers 3 and 4. Whitaker would like a win as well this season. He has yet to win. Poston has won once. Here they all come. 1, 2, 3, and 4. In fifth place, you got Daniel Holloway. Got all by himself. Sean Stevens behind him, a few seconds back. Then there's JD Crow right there. He took that early pit stop, cost him a little bit. Back up to your lead group though. These are the 4. Todd Poston about to get gobbled up there by the 3 car in that Goodwrench Service Plus 3. A good turn 2 there for the 31. He's able to close distance on the 41 and gap out that 3 car there. It's off the gas there in 3. You saw it. Looking inside of the 41 on turn 3. It's a hard place to pass. Long straightaway. Let's see if he can make it work. Dana Osborne gets out of their way by going down the auxiliary lane. You see, turn 3 is so flat. It's just so hard to pass someone out of 3. You gotta do it into 1, maybe in turn 2. Todd's gonna get right behind him again. Let's see what he's got for him. Down to the 2, Todd. Trying to get right behind him. He's able to do it. Washes up a little high out of 2. Chris a little smoother there. He's able to put 2 car lengths on the 31. Todd's able to catch him in 3 right there. You see that? Close right up. Just can't make it work for him. Let's see if he can do it here into turn 1. Catch a little bit of that draft, that 41, then you pop out there, use that momentum to gain a lead. I mean, it looks like he's setting himself up for next time by. We're going to see. Chris is definitely the faster car in turn 1 out of all 4 of those cars. This is where the 31 kind of makes up some ground here in turn 2. Really makes up ground there right on the yellow line. Great turn there by the 31. He also makes up ground here in 3 as we go towards the front stretch here in lap 45. Got to get in the gas and get it going, get right behind him. Just a little too far away from the 41. Good turn there by Whitaker. Able to make a little bit of distance there on Todd. Paul Servant and Chris Akers look like they're pretty content to stay behind Todd. Let him race the 41, use up his tires, and they'll be ready to gobble him up when he's killed those tires. Holloway still sitting about 3 seconds back. About 1.5 seconds behind Holloway is Sean Stevens. 5 seconds back of Sean is JD Crow. 8 cars on the lead lap. The last car in the lead lap is a 35. Isaac Wilson. He's about a third of a track ahead of these guys. He had a speeding penalty, but he's still on the lead lap. Lap 45 here. Now we're on lap 46. You guys have about 10 laps now on these tires and their fuel. Down off of one they go. Still a 41. Chris Whitaker. He's probably been the strongest car tonight. Led the most laps. With JD Crow now sitting quite a ways behind, almost 10 seconds back of these guys. The other fastest car too far away to pose a challenge to him. Although here comes Todd Poston in the 31. Come off a 3 now. And Whitaker just pulling away from the 31, the 3, and the 4. He'll give us some of it back going into 1. Just really clean here through 1, 2, and 3. Chris Akers looks like he's making a move on the 3 car. Able to do it. Paul says, go on by, buddy. Still a lot of laps to go. 33. Paul saving those tires. See Chris trying the Isaac Wilson move there, going onto the yellow line, giving the car free, going up towards the wall. Half-second lead right now on second place. Chris Akers getting around Todd Poston. Here comes the 4 car. Todd Poston staying right there with Akers. He wanted to be interviewed tonight. Looks like he's in line to do it. Looks like he fixed up his damage as well. Must be done kissing walls. His car looks pretty clean right now. Todd Poston getting right on that bumper of the 4 car. Like Sailor Moon wants a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Off of 2 they go. Chris Akers and Todd Poston took a little higher line than the 41. Made up a little bit of ground there on Whitaker. And they're much faster than the 41 right now in turn 3, although Todd really high there. Akers might be able to catch his draft and make a move here for the lead here the next lap or so. Paul Servant coming up on that 31 now. The battle for 3rd. There goes Chris Akers. He's bringing it now. It's time to go for him. Akers looking right to be on the back bumper of that 41. Maximum pressure here off of 2 and off of 3. He wants them to see him. Akers a little smoother in 3, it seemed like last time. Let's see what happens. Poston really coming close. There's the 4. Got to get on the gas. Stay behind him. Oh, he's there. He's going to be able to make a move, I think, into turn 1 now. Akers looking, clearing up the grill a little bit. Whitaker moved down a little bit, maybe to block a touch, but here goes Akers into 1. He's going to make the move and make the pass. Whitaker's going to challenge him, stay up high. Poston might come with Akers. We'll see. Got to save your tires a little bit. Todd decides to go with his teammate. He's going to get behind the 41 and push him. Akers the preferred line there, down low on the yellow, is able to complete the pass. A little over and under. Whitaker looking. Akers comes down to slam the door, but here comes Whitaker inside on turn 3. Tough place to pass. See what Akers can do. Akers slide it down a little bit. They're side by side off of 3. It's a drag race down the front stretch between Chris Whitaker, Chris Akers. Whitaker's going to have the preferred line into 1 as they come close to making contact there, door to door. Still have 29 laps to go. Don't want to kill your tires. They don't have unlimited tires, so they gotta save them a little bit. These guys are racing hard. They're racing for that win right now. Still 29 laps to go here. NSRA Sunday Select here at Pocono as we go into the tunnel turn. Whitaker down on the yellow line. Akers about a lane and a half higher. And Akers with a great run off the turn there. He's going to definitely make the pass there. And Todd Poston looking to make a pass too on the outside of that 41. And he's got it. Now it's the 4 and the 31 in first and second. Todd's washing up a little bit there out of 3. That might open the door for the 41 to make a move here into 1. Chris Akers nice and smooth going down the front stretch with that lead now. Can Chris make it back to back? He won last week. Todd Poston closes right up behind him. As we go down towards turn 2. There's still 28 laps to go, so still got some pit stops here coming up. Be surprised if we see someone pretty soon. Down in turn 2 they go. The 4 and the 31. Then you have Chris Whitaker and Paul Servant. Down in turn 3. Akers about a lane up. Getting off of 3. And here comes Chris Whitaker. He's coming in for gas on lap 52. So the man who's led the most amount of laps, he's in the pits right now to get some gas. Hope he slows down into 55 so he's not speeding. And Chris Akers, Todd Poston, Paul Servant, your top 3 right now. As they will probably be looking to come into the pits here pretty soon, I would think. Off of turn 2, it's still Akers, Poston, and Paul Servant. Poston got way loose out of 2, and here comes Paul Servant right around him. Whitaker out of the pits. Isaac Wilson in the pits, the number 35. And these 3 stay out. Chris Akers leading his teammate Paul Servant and Todd Poston 1, 2, and 3, all within 0.6 of a second of each other. All close, just takes one mistake and the whole order can be reversed. Back in the back you have Stevens has caught up. Sean Stevens caught up with Daniel Holloway in 4th and 5th. But the question becomes, will these guys come into the pits, get some gas? Chris Akers, a nice half a second lead on his teammate Paul Servant as they go into turn 3. Here a little downshift there. He's coming into the pits. So is the 3 and the 31. So these guys have got to get slowed down, get to speed, not get a penalty. That's the key. And there's your leader, Holloway, Sean Stevens, who had gotten right behind him down into the pits. So Holloway about a lap or 2 after these guys last time. He's going to do the same thing this time. Still going to have one more pit stop, though. Posted out, Akers out, Servant out. All got tires and fuel. Daniel Holloway still out there. Turn number 3. We'll see if he comes in this time. It was about a lap after. And here he comes. The 21's coming in. Coming in for service. Got to get down to 55. He does. And here's where the race is now. Ooh, Chris Whitaker close to the 3 car. Chris Whitaker in 3rd place now. He's joined these 4. He pitted a couple laps before these guys. Didn't lose too much track position wise. Down the front stretch they go. Chris Akers still your leader. Well, actually, Daniel Holloway's your leader. Well, now Akers is your leader. Todd Poston in 2nd. Chris Whitaker, Paul Servant. Daniel Holloway now going to fall about 4 to 5 seconds back in this pack. Let's call it 4. Akers still pulling. There goes Chris Whitaker to the inside of the 31. Here's where the racing's right here. Todd Poston trying to fend off that 41 and the 3 car for 2nd place, but looks like Chris may get it. No. He's going to have the preferred line into turn 1 here down the front stretch. As long as he can stay door to door with the 31. What is the 3 car? 3 car is going to go with the 41, it looks like. Little arrow push there from the 3. Todd has to wash up a little bit. And there goes Chris Whitaker into 2nd place off of turn 1. Now Paul Servant looking to the inside of the 31. And the tunnel turn, he's looking, but he's not going to be able to do it. Oh, really close to making contact with the 31. 24 laps remaining. Chris Whitaker trying to catch that 4 car, Chris Akers. You almost could call these guys rivals. They challenge each other up front, seems like every weekend here in the Nsra Sunday Select Series. Down in turn 1, Akers still has them by 0.4 of a second, but he's coming. He was 0.3 faster last time. Battle for first right now. They're going to go around Dan Harrington, who's going another lap down here. Chris Akers going inside of him. See Todd Poston and Paul Servant have fallen a little over a second behind the leader. Whitaker dives down low behind that 40, behind the 4 car. Still 0.3 behind him. 22 laps remaining. Still one more pit stop to go for these guys. Had a few cautions in the beginning, but have been green ever since. Lap 22 remaining. Chris Akers leading Chris Whitaker right now. Here on the Nsra Sunday Select from Pocono in the Super Lates. Down the front stretch they go, and the 41 trying to make ground up on the 4, and he has. Don't think he'll be able to make a pass here. Maybe next time by, we'll see. They're coming up back on Isaac Wilson, who's on the tail end of the lead lap. Ooh, they're close to making contact there. Not quite, though. Chris has a little bit of an inside move there going into tunnel turn. We'll see if they're able to make it stick. Coming up on a car at the tail end, though, may make it tricky. There goes the 41. He's got the low line. Will Akers give it to him that easily? I don't think so. Side by side they go into 3. That 35 is going to play a role here. Akers going to have to give it up. right behind the 30. Oh, the 35 doesn't know the 41's there. Makes contact with him. But the 41 keeps going. He's fine. Paul Servant giving a shove to Todd Poston. Pod hits the wall a little bit, but is able to continue and stays out front of the 3 car. Out front, you have Whitaker with a little bit of a gap over the 4 car. Not quite clear. They're going to turn 2. Might make it stick now. Oh, Akers fights him back on the outside. Used a little momentum, though the car washed up just a touch. Going to turn number 3, side by side. 20 laps to go here. Sunday Select, NSRA Sunday Select, great racing here as Whitaker finally able to make the pass. Akers may have given it to him. He's going to do a crossover move. It's not going to work though right now. He's got to collect himself, cool his tires off a little bit, and try it next time by. Into turn 1. See Paul Servant still trying to chase down the 31, but lost a little bit of time there. This is where the race is for the win. The 41 and the 4 fighting for that victory here at Pocono. Chris Whitaker into the tunnel turn. Holding off the 4 car right now. The 4 car just biding his time. Four car is going to make the move on the front stretch here. You watch. He's going to set himself up to get as much momentum as possible. Out of 3. He's on the gas already. Gonna get, no, he's too far back. He slowed down a little too much in 3 there. Again, it's all about saving. You got to save those tires. I mean, the 41 used up a good amount of tires to make that pass. But now it's about saving. And we'll see what he can do. Todd Poston and Paul Servant settling back down for 3rd and 4th. They're a 2nd and a quarter back of these guys. Whitaker down low there. You see Todd Poston and Paul Servant there battling Paul right behind the 31. He's got a fast car. He wants to go out front. Todd's able to get a little bit of a gap there in turn 3. Go back here up to the leaders. And Whitaker with just a huge gap here off of 3 over the 4 car. Almost a half a second. Again, Paul is giving the business to Todd there, going down the front stretch. Just gets right behind him and tries to give him a shove. Hard to give a push in these cars with the bumper, just because Todd hits the wall there. Had to slow him down just a touch. And Paul's right behind him again. Todd slides it down into turn 2. I mean, you watch the car, he just throws it in there and hopes for the best. That's what these guys got to do. These tires are getting tired and worn out. Todd almost into the wall off of 3. Down the front stretch. This is where he's been having trouble with that 3 car coming right up on him. He does it again. 3 car right in his bumper. Doesn't make contact this time. Todd's able to make it stick. The race for 3rd is here goes Paul Servant to the inside of the 31. He may make it work. Todd just may give in. Just let him have it. Save those tires up. A little high. Paul's going to take that position away. There's your 3rd place racer right now. That 3 car in the good wrench. Paul Servant. Now Todd can put the pressure on the 3 car and that Sailor Moon 31 car looking to put a little pressure on Paul Servant, but Paul drives away a little bit. You go back up to your leader. Chris Whitaker in that 41. 7/10 of a second lead over the 4 car, Chris Akers. Once again, got pit stops coming up. I'm going to guess in the next 5 laps or so, although right now if you were to pit, you have enough to go to the finish. So we'll see if anyone tries to short pit. Daniel Holloway has done that. He has decided to pit, short pit, and come back out and see if that works for him. Todd Poston coming into the pits. He's going to get sued. He slams on those brakes to get it slowed down. Hope he got it down low enough. Going to short pit a little bit there. I need to think of something. Some kind of advantage to get in front of that 41. He's got clear sailing right now. 7/10 of a second lead over the 4 car and Chris Akers. Downshifts a little bit into 2, you hear that. Ooh, and Chris Akers slid up almost to the wall. Will not be surprised if the 4 car is coming in. Here comes the 41. I think the 41's coming into the pits. There he goes, 41 into the pits. Akers into the pits, Servant into the pits. So the top 3 into the pits right now. All of them are under power, under 55, so they're good. Sean Stevens now coming across. He's your 4th place car right now. He's going to come into the pits. And so right now there's Todd Poston has a 3-second lead over Daniel Holloway for 5th. Here comes Todd down the front stretch. We'll see how he comes out in comparison to Akers, Whitaker. Oh, he's going to have a nice lead, actually. Here comes Holloway. Akers out. Whitaker still in the pits. Must have got a speeding penalty. That's going to ruin the race for him. But right now it's the Todd Poston show. He's got a giant lead. Well, not a giant, 3-second lead on Daniel Holloway. Those guys just took gas. The other guys, Akers and Servant, took tires. And now they sit 10 seconds back. Can they make those 10 seconds up? I don't know if they can. We'll see. Todd's super slow off of 3. He almost lost control of the car. Holloway still 3 seconds back. Yeah, Chris Whitaker with a speeding penalty there. Drops him to 6th place. 40 seconds back of our leader. Chris Akers 10.6 seconds back. He's got fresh rubber on his tires. Todd Poston nursing this baby around the track right now. His lead to the 21 shrinking a little bit. He's down to 2.5. It was at 3 a couple laps ago. He struggled on this lap. He needs to get his bearings down and set sail. 4 and a 3 car just not making up much ground. They're still 10 seconds and 11 seconds respectively back of our leader. Great drive in there for the 31 car. Maintains his 2.5 second lead. 11 laps to go. There's Holloway sitting 2.4 seconds back, making up a little bit of ground on the 31. You can see there, battle for first there. 2.43 seconds. Just trying to squeeze everything you can out of this car. 10 laps to go. Akers and Servant making a little headway now. They're at 7.5 seconds back. 10 laps to go. I don't know if they can make that up. We're going to find out. They're going to have to get past the 21 first. And 21's been sitting 2.5 seconds back of Todd Poston, your leader, for a couple laps now. Todd had one shaky lap, shook it off, and he set sail now, trying to collect the checkers here. Off of turn 3, Daniel Holloway goes down the front stretch. .3 seconds, cuts it a little bit. Paul Servant able to get around Chris Akers. They're fighting right now for position. It's a battle for third. Chris Akers, Paul Servant. Back and forth these guys go. Akers gives it to him for now. Go back to Holloway now. He's still at 2.5 seconds back. Todd Poston just not able to make that ground up. They're both on old tires trying to nurse him around. Go back to Paul and Chris. These guys are fighting now. For third place, they got fresh tires. They're trying like heck to get up there, but they're still 8.5 seconds back of second place and 11 seconds back of the leader. Paul Servant able to get around Dan Harrington. Dan Harrington, who is a couple laps down. Akers gets around Dan Harrington in turn 3. They go down the front stretch. Paul's got a little bit of a gap there. Go back to Holloway. He's still 2.5 seconds back of your race leader. Who is this man? Todd Poston. Todd nursing that baby around. 7 laps to go. 2.5 second lead. Down to 2.4 right now. So Daniel able to cut a 10th off. Sailor Moon comes off of 3. 6 laps to go here at Pocono Nsra Sunday Selects. It's Pocono SLM 80 on lap 74 right now here on the Victory Lane Broadcasting Network. Hope you've enjoyed this race tonight. These guys have put on a heck of a show. Got a few early cautions. The remaining guys have had some pit strategy. Some has worked, some hasn't. The 3 and the 4 right now struggling to get back up to the lead after taking tires when Todd Poston and Daniel Holloway did not. See Paul and Chris right here. They are still 10 seconds back of the leader. They don't have enough time. They're going to have to hope the 31 and the 21 has a problem. Comes Chris. There's Holloway right there. Your second place driver. Then your leader right there, Todd Poston. 3 Wide Motorsports right there's Chris Whitaker goes a lap down. The speeding penalty killed him there. He is a 3 Wide driver as well. And you have Daniel Holloway chasing him down. He's trying. He's a second and a half back now. So close he can sniff it. But he's got to get around 2 cars to get the win. That 41's not going to make it easy. Here they go. Holloway now 2 seconds back. Lost a little bit of time, but you can see he can see those guys. Sometimes that's all you need. 4 laps to go. And all it's going to take is one little slip, and the 31 washes high a little bit there. But he does have his teammate right behind him. Coming down the coming down to 3 laps to go now. Todd Poston trying to take this win on a pit strategy, fuel only. 10 laps ago, he took fuel. The 21 took fuel. The 4 and the 3 who were leading decided to take tires. The 41 was also up in that top 3, but got a speeding penalty. He's now a lap down. Todd gets it down through the tunnel turn as we go down towards turn 3. He's still almost a 2-second lead, 1.9 seconds. The 21 and 31 battling the same thing. His tires are just, they're wore out, and they're just nursing it around. Todd's got his teammate kind of giving him an arrow push around this track. I don't think he's going to try to pass him. Could be wrong, but we'll see. 2 laps remaining. Whitaker goes a little high there. Was able to do all right. Holloway 1.8 seconds back. Closed the gap a little bit, but just not enough. Paul Servant 9 seconds back. He and Chris Akers right now battling it out for 3rd place. Who wants to be interviewed? Chris Akers, Paul Servant. Go down towards turn number 3. Todd Poston down the front stretch to collect the white flag. Final lap here at Pocono NSRA Sunday Select. Todd Poston, 1.8 second lead right now on the 21. Ooh, he's a little sideways there. Don't know if the 41 got into him or not. Goes into turn number 1, nice and clean. Here comes 3rd and 4th. Paul Servant. Chris Akers. Chris Akers has nothing for him right there. He's catching him. Down to turn number 2. Todd Poston. Sliding it through turn 2, keeping it safe. 1.8 second lead still. We look at the turn. We look at 3rd and 4th place. Chris Akers going to try the high side here, get momentum off of 3. Not there. Too much of a gap. Here comes Todd Poston off of turn 3. He's going to collect the victory. Todd Poston's going to be your winner tonight. 1st place for Todd Poston. Holloway in 2nd. Here comes Servant and Akers 3rd and 4th. Servant's going to take 3rd. Akers 4th. Payback for last week. Chris Akers got the win over Paul Servant. Sean Stevens in 5th place. Those are your top 5 tonight. We'll come back. We'll bring the top 3 in for interviews and finish this race off. All right, we're here with the top 3, actually top 4. I decided to be merciful to Chris Akers and pull him up here, even though I don't think he deserves it. We're going to talk to Todd first. Todd, you were stuck on the wall, Todd, there, doing a great job. Todd, great finish, man. Talk about that pit strategy, that last pit stop that seemed to give you the victory tonight.
Yeah, that all came down to pit strategy. They took 4, and I just went ahead and took 2 and just see what it would do, and it held on long enough.
Yeah, it seemed like Holloway did the same thing. You're able just to keep your about 2 second distance between you and Holloway there at the end. Talk about the race in general. I mean, it seemed like it was a slow start, but once a couple of the guys kind of went off the wayside, you guys had a hell of a race the last 50 laps or so.
Oh yeah, once everyone settled down and kind of learned how hard you could push through the tunnel turn and like 1 and 2, after that it was pretty fun.
Yeah, man, it was good fun race to broadcast. It was a lot of action there in between you, Chris Whitaker, the 4 car, the 3 car, and just a lot of good racing tonight, man. Anyone you want to thank? Any shout outs?
I gotta give Whitaker a shout out. That was his race. He blew it coming down pit road. He like 1 mile an hour over, and they dinged him for speeding. He had the same strategy though, so he was gonna only take less, and he was gonna be gone. I mean, he was insane tonight.
He's super fast tonight. I mean, probably the class of the field. Except he didn't win. You won. Todd Poston wins again in the super lates, man. You won the first super late race. You win the last one. So congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Dan, second place, man. The bridesmaid. How does it feel?
Like a Todd.
Oh man, good strategy there at the end. Got you second place. It looked like for a while you're going to end up in 4th or 5th. Just got a little bit away from your teammates there. I mean, tell me about the race from your perspective.
Just I was staying out longer and I had less fuel to take. And just trying to do pitch strategy at the end. It took 2 tires, 2 rights, and needed more laps. I was starting to reel Todd in there towards the end. I know it was about 3 seconds behind, and I cut that halfway, so it was just maybe another 10 more laps. I don't know. It could be that, but
Amazing.
Good clean race for this nice Hershey Kisses car, that's for sure.
Definitely. I mean, I think Todd had a little help. He had that 41 right behind him. It was going to make it difficult, I'm guessing, for you to pass. But it was a great race, man. Great strategy there to get you into second place as we get closer and closer to the playoffs. I mean, you feel confident going to the playoffs. I mean, you're sitting top. Let's see, first in points, man. Can't be any better. I mean, you feel good going into the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a good start. Get that over the hump in the playoffs. Got one more race, but back to that question where you're saying if I would catch him and stuff. But the phrase what Dale Earnhardt would say is, if I get to him, I would just want to rattle his cage. That's all.
Well, good job, Holloway. Anyone you want to shout out or give a thanks to?
Yeah, shout out to you and the broadcast. Almost 2 for 2 with you for this weekend.
Almost.
Candy Shack boys, the noob Dana, Paul, Chris, and good run Todd for that win. And shout out to my Aunt Sarah that's watching, wife. I know second round stuffed shells hit the spot again. So let's do it one more time next week.
Less stuffed shells, man. It weighed you down a little bit tonight, man. Could have used less stuffed shells.
Nah, that might have been a chicken. I think it was the chicken this time for dinner.
Good deal, Holloway. Congratulations on that second, man.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night. Hey, Paul. Third place, man. It's good positive momentum as we get closer and closer to the playoffs. Maybe getting closer to a victory. I thought tonight was your night. Maybe next week at iRacing Super Speedway. Tell me about the race. What you thought?
I love this track. I think my qualifying proved that I can run other places other than super speedways. I was saving tires. I was not trying to race the guys too hard. I think I had a great shot tonight. If we hit our pits, took 2 instead of 4. It's great to be up on the podium. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I was holding back and just riding most of the time. I was having fun with Todd.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and I just started to just give him some nudges, and because I was catching him when I wanted to. I was just like I said, I was just holding back and racing the track and not the guys.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like that. I could tell, you were letting guys go, saving the tires up, knowing that there was limits. I mean, talk about that race at the end with Akers. I mean, it seemed like it was back and forth. Good race in there between teammates.
Yeah, well, he was pushing, and I was pushing and trying to save at the same time. I didn't want to burn up my tires and have him get by me. So, like I said, I love this track, and you gotta race the track and not so much the guys, and you usually have a good finish. So, I really wanted to win this one. I felt I had a good shot at it. Again, those pits, the last pit got us. So, I haven't raced this track in a real long time, so a little rusty for the pitting. So.
Akers, why didn't you push the 3 out of the way?
Shoot. We so far back at that point. Somebody needed to do a broadcast instead of me.
Yeah, we were laughing. I mean,
yeah, we were hauling. I got in the wall there, and I was sitting there watching how much he's coming up on me, and I tried to push it there and just ate the wall instead. I should have held it together. I was a slacker.
I mean, you hit the wall so many times at the beginning of the race. I mean, why not hit the wall again at the end?
Man, I just love tapping. I can't help it sucked me in like it did.
Yeah, okay. Well, congratulations, Paul, on the third place win. Anyone you want to shout out, give thanks?
Shout out to myself for finally hitting this podium here, and the team. Like I said, I communication there for the last pit, but we finished 2, 3, and 4, so good showing for the team, and we showed that we can run other places other than super speedways. So, congrats to Todd. Enjoyed racing with him and pushing him around a little bit. And you guys, just
no
get
problem.
back at it next week.
Sounds good, man. Well, congratulations, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Well, that'll do it here tonight from Pocono for the NSRA Sunday Select for the 80 laps here in the Super Lates. Todd Poston at 31, 3 Wide Motorsports is your winner. Some great pit strategy there with him in the 21, only taking 2 tires and fuel at the end instead of the 4. We got one more race before the chase starts next week at iRacing Super Speedway, the 24th. Then we take a week off, and the chase starts on 11/7 at Talladega, where we can go 3, 4 wide. The racing positions are pretty set except for the back end. You just never know if an Isaac Wilson in the 35 will be able to make up some ground, get in the top 12, or maybe Russell McCarron, Sean McCarr will get a win and get the automatic qualifying after they already have 1 win this season. So a lot of interesting stuff could happen next weekend. We can't wait to broadcast for you guys. Can't wait to see you out there. Thanks for joining us on Victory Lane Broadcasting. You guys have a great week. We'll see you next week.